Anyway, so moving on to the next team. And the last team that we're going to talk about today for the profile series is the Portland Trailblazers. Andrade, do you have anything positive to say about the
Of
Trailblazers compared
course.
to the previous teams? If you do, please just let us know. We would like to know.
All right. Portland Blazers are the best current non-playoff team in the participating teams for Orlando. So let's put that out there. I think that would be accepted as a general consensus. Let's not forget that they did make the Western Conference Finals last year. But I've been telling this people since even last year that was kind of a fluke with the
Definitely a
seeding and
fluke.
things kind of just worked out. But hey, they still made it, and the fact that they made it says something of the team.
Yeah, true.
And I mean, they got Dame, who I would say is the best player, also, like the overall best player out of all the non-playoff teams.
Mm-hmm.
And they got McCollum, who's
Okay.
definitely in the top five best players out of all the non-playoff teams, I would say.
Okay.
And then they're getting supposedly Zach Collins and Nurkic are returning supposedly, so we'll see if they
Okay.
return. Then I would give them like a pretty decently high chance of making it to the playoffs, like making it. You know what I mean?
What
Because that's
percentage?
one thing I was very curious on, the fact that they got so far last year and they were missing one of their key pieces, even though Cantor and etc. stepped up. Like that was interesting to me. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Like I don't know how to. Let me check. Who's number 8 right now? Oh, Memphis. All right, man. Come on. I think they have, like what I said with the Wizards. Like they have no to little chance passing the Magic. I would still believe the Blazers have a pretty decent chance of passing up the Memphis Grizzlies. You know what I mean? Because Memphis is still holding on to a pretty young team. With the Blazers, you got these vets. You got these seasoned vets who are talented, still in their peak for the most part. You know what I mean? Um, and their chemistry is better than all the other teams as well. They've been playing together for a long as time.
Mm-hmm.
So come on. And as of recording of this episode, Dame has been announced as the cover athlete for current gaming consoles for NBA 2K21.
Finally getting some love.
So, come on. Dame's not going to allow not being put on TV for the NBA restart of the season. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to play with that chip on the shoulder. Like, yo, I gotta at least make it, man. I got to play some games on prime time. You know what I mean? When they count.
Dame time.
So when you consider all that, hey Dane, I've always believed in you. I've been playing in your shoes before. I actually got a new pair waiting for me. Heads up, if you want to send some to the BTD, that's cool too. But yeah, I'd give them. All right, they're 3.5 games behind the eighth seed on the West. I'd give them 50% chance of making it to the playoffs. 90% chance of winning the chip. No, I'm just kidding. Your face. I'll give him like a, you know what? I'll give him a 20% chance of winning the chip, and then 50% of me. Because really, honestly, I could see it go either way. What's your take on the Portland Trail Blazers?
Okay. So,
You thinking about them winning the chip?
yeah, no, they're very interesting per se because the Blazers have not played consistently this year, and more importantly, they haven't been completely healthy. It does help out that they're gonna have how you pronounce his name, Nurkic,
Nurkic? Yeah.
Nurkic back, and you're gonna have Collins, right, back as well. So that's definitely gonna help out. But another question you do gotta ask is, with those guys coming back, how are players like Carmelo and Whiteside gonna take to the point that, hey,
Wow, I wasn't even thinking of them.
you gotta go with
I
them, like,
completely forgot about them.
how are they gonna mesh per se with them?
Well, Carmelo knows his role. And honestly, I think Carmelo coming off the bench would be great. You know what I mean?
We'll see how he thinks about it.
And Whiteside too, because
What?
Whiteside, they're both like those good enough players that like starting they're not consistent enough. You know what I mean? But
you,
coming off a bench playing against bench players, like, hey,
but you saw how Whiteside was in Miami with he hated
we do
coming
not
off
speak of those times.
coming off the bench. No, I'm glad that the Godfather was able, and this speaks to the greatness of the Godfather that he was able to get rid of him. Uh, you know, to, but anyways, that's
Made for a great story too.
Yeah,
The Whiteside story, I really liked it in the beginning.
Hey, look, I like him, and if you look at his Snapchat and your Instagram, he's one of the funniest guys. You see. I like
In the
him.
league, yeah.
It's just
Great personality.
great personality.
Probably gonna have a good career after basketball too.
Maybe. I like him, but there's just certain things that just piss you off.
You like him. You don't like him.
No, man, it's not like I'm gonna go give him a kiss if I see him, but type of stuff. But anyways, going back to the whole profile, the whole profile thing, the Blazers probably have, next to the Pelicans, the best chance of these teams to make the playoffs, and make it interesting. If they get through the playoffs, because the Blazers, I might be wrong, are the only team out of all these profiles that we did that are not in the playoffs that have beaten the Lakers in their house, which is obviously the number 1 and number 2 seed in the West, one of the top teams, top contenders in the West. If I'm not mistaken, Andrade, they beat them. They beat the Lakers on that night after Kobe died.
Kobe game.
Yeah, they beat them. And you'll be thinking, hey,
that
the
was
Lakers.
so embarrassing for LeBron.
You'll be thinking the Lakers. You'll be thinking, hey, the Lakers are not gonna lose that game, and they lost. So, and
what time it is?
Dame time. They got the superstar and Cole. And a second star.
McCollum.
They got Dame. They got a pretty good second star in McCollum.
I mean, he's been an all-star before.
They got some interesting pieces as well with Whiteside. They got Nurkic. They got Collins.
They got a former all-star.
They have obviously the playoff pedigree. They went on a deep run last year, so I give the Blazers a 60% chance of jumping over the Grizzlies, because they're a young team. Like, if you look at the projections for the Grizzlies, they weren't even supposed to be in playoff prediction. They were talking about how good can the Celtics pick is gonna be from the Memphis. So it's surprising that the Grizzlies are number 8 seed right now. So I give the Blazers a 60% chance of making the 8th seed, and I will give them a 10% chance of winning the chip, because like I said, they gave the Lakers. They beat the Lakers at their house from a very significant game, the Kobe game. I'm not saying they're gonna.
They've proven that they step up to the plate.
I'm not saying that they get in, they're gonna beat the Lakers or the Clippers, but they can maybe steal a game or two.
On them.
Maybe, because home court advantage is no more right now.
So how much you give them at winning the chip?
10%. 10% to win the chip. 60% chance to make the playoffs.
Boom, boom.
So with that being said, we have handled 4 teams in the profiles, even though it feels like more like 3.5 teams because of the Wizards. But
man, I would even group it at 3 teams and cancel 2 of them out.
I feel you, but it's all good. It's ball talk deep. We don't leave anything out. We talk deep about ball, no matter if there's things that we don't want to talk about. But hey, that's just the nature of the beast. BTD.
We'll keep this profile series going.
We're gonna keep this thing going.
So who we got next? We got a few people next.
Yeah, who we got next? If you could give these guys a little bit of a preview.
Let's see. We got Magic, Grizzlies, Nets, Mavericks. That's who we talking about next.
Oh, I like to. Okay, there's some interesting teams right there.
Luka.
But anyways, BTD, Irwin and Andrade, stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button.
Instagram, Twitter.
You already know, and hit that bell to get notifications of when we're gonna be up. And as always,
let us know your thoughts below.
Let us know your thoughts below. Take care.